Nicole from Sydney English Teacher and from the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher, and I'd like to welcome you to today's live vocabulary learning lesson, Nicole's Weekly Words. We're up to episode number 16. How great is that? Thank you to those of you who have been with me from the start and who have every week been learning 5 fabulous new words. I thank you for your commitment and for your interest. If you think about it, 16 weeks multiplied by 5 words a week, that is 80 new words that you didn't know 4 months ago. So I'm really proud of you. Thank you to everyone for showing up consistently and for helping me make vocabulary learning something that's a little bit more fun, something that you look forward to, and something that you make a priority every week. That's the goal behind this. Thank you very much for coming today, and thank you to those of you who come every week. I really appreciate it so much. So I'm live here on my Facebook page, in my Facebook group, and on my YouTube channel. Tell your friends to join us too. The more people I can help, the better. Wonderful. Well, it's very hot here on this lovely Monday morning in Sydney. So apologies for the summery outfit and hairdo. But I'm sure you'll forgive me because I've got 5 great new words that I'm going to teach you today. They all begin with the letter H. So we're up to H in the alphabet now. We've still got quite a few letters to go, but I'm really enjoying teaching you 5 words from a different letter every single week. This week I've chosen hype, hypercritical, haven, heyday, and harrowing. Maybe you've heard some of them before, or maybe you've even used some of them before, and that's great. However, yeah, I'd like us to learn how to use them so that by the end of this week you can confidently use all of these words and recognize and understand them when you hear them, when others use them as well. So let's begin with the first word. The first word I've chosen is hype. Hype. H-Y-P-E. Hype. Can you pronounce that? Excellent. So hype is a noun, okay? And it's really used to describe extravagant and intensive publicity or promotion. So it basically means that if there is a product or an idea or a campaign and it is really heavily advertised and perhaps even exaggerated so that everybody knows about it and everybody gets excited about it. That's what we call hype, you know, when you think, oh, I have to get the new iPhone because you've heard so much about it. Or, oh wow, we need to get our Santa photos taken in the city this year. Have you seen how amazing the setup is? So something like that, you know, people talk about it, exaggerate it, make it sound so exciting that you don't want to miss out. You want to be part of it, or you want to hand over your credit card. That's good marketing. So hype is when something is advertised or maybe talked about on television or in the newspapers or in the radio even. And it's really talked about a lot, you know, you hear it and see it all the time. So it's really getting people's attention and getting people excited and interested in it. And, you know, it makes this particular product or event or whatever it may be a lot more maybe important and a lot more exciting than it actually is. So, you know, you could be a little disappointed when you actually see it or experience it or pay for it. However, the hype is what got you there. The hype is what got your interest. So yeah, hype is really a marketing strategy, I suppose, to get people's interest, to sell more, to make more money, to really get people talking, I suppose, and to do the selling on their own. You know, they want to purchase, they want to hand over their credit card. Let me give you a few examples, but first of all, the prepositions you use with this, it could be hype about something, or there could be hype around something, or hype surrounding something. So we could use about, around, or surrounding with these words, with this expression hype. Let me help you. For example, I'm not interested in watching the new Johnny Depp movie because all the hype has turned me off. Or, was all the hype really worth it? We didn't sell half as many items as we wanted to. Or, my products don't really rely on any advertising hype at all. They sell via good old-fashioned word of mouth instead. That's the way to do it. Wonderful. So number one was hype. Let's move on to word number two, which is hypocritical. 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 Can you say that? Yeah, hypocritical, that's right. So if someone or something is hypocritical, it basically means that they contradict what they have said or what they believe. You know, you say one thing and you actually do the other. You do the opposite of what you say or what you believe. So that's hypocritical because you don't follow your own beliefs or you don't follow your own advice. You do something else instead. So look, many people might pretend to have particular qualities or beliefs or feelings that they actually don't have. You know, they're not telling the truth and they're saying and doing two completely different things. And if this is the case, well, definitely they are being hypocritical, or they're a hypocrite if you want to use the noun there, but we're looking at the adjective hypocritical. So look, sometimes politicians may be hypocritical because they might promote their belief for one particular thing. And then they might be caught doing the exact opposite, you know, something else. So they're really pretending, I suppose, to do something or to believe something that they actually don't believe, or they're doing something that they actually don't usually do. So that's really hypocritical. You know, you may say something like, or a politician, my apologies, may say that you need to cut back on travel so that we reduce the carbon emissions and that we're a little bit more environmentally friendly. And then this particular politician or celebrity or whoever goes and gets a private jet. So they're being really hypocritical there because they're saying we need to reduce travel, we need to cut back on carbon emissions, and then they get a private jet and they're producing many more carbon emissions than they should be. So that's a really good example of being hypocritical. Let me give you some more example sentences. You might say something like, your words are so hypocritical. I wish people could see the real you and could see through the stories that you tell. Ooh. Or, don't you think it's hypocritical of her to demand respect from her students when she clearly doesn't respect them in return? Or telling everyone to wear a mask and then not wearing one himself is quite hypocritical, if you ask me. Wonderful. So that's the word hypocritical. Let's have a look at the third word for this week, and I've chosen the word haven. Haven. Great, that's it. So think of haven as a place of safety, I suppose. A place where you don't feel afraid or anxious. It's really a peaceful place where you can relax completely and have no stress, no worries. That's a haven. You know, it's a place where people or even animals, I suppose, can feel safe and secure and happy as a result. So it could be a garden, it could be a beach, a lake, a river, it could be a house, a particular house, your home. It could be wherever your family is. So really anywhere that is special or meaningful to you, where you feel safe and relaxed and not afraid. That's a haven. So some examples might be her garden. Excuse me, let me say that again. Her garden was a haven from the hustle and bustle of the big city. Or we try to go to the beach at least once a week because it's a real haven for our family. Or this park has become a real haven for local wildlife. How wonderful is it that there is a place for all the animals and birds to feel safe and protected. Wonderful. So the next word, number 4 for this week, I've chosen heyday. Can you say that? Heyday. And look, heyday is a great word. I think it's quite a funny one actually. But heyday is basically a period of time which was a person's greatest success, or they had their greatest popularity during that time. So this word is often used for celebrities, I suppose, who in the past were really popular and well known and who now are almost forgotten, I suppose. So when you talk about heyday, you're really referring back to a point in their life when they were the most popular or the most successful and when everybody knew them and loved them. And that's not the case anymore. So look, a heyday is a period of great success, a period of great popularity or maybe even power. And you can use it for celebrities, for actors, for singers, for politicians. But you could also use this to describe a business that was really popular and which isn't anymore, or, you know, an industry or a product maybe that was really successful and it isn't anymore. It's maybe been replaced by something or someone else, or by technology, I suppose. So yeah, heyday is really talking about a time where everything went well, where, you know, financially there were no problems, where this person or this product or business or whatever it might be was very popular and well known and successful and loved. Yeah, that's heyday. So talking about that particular period of time. So let me give you an example. In their heyday, they sold more albums than any other artist in the entire country. Or in its heyday, the circus was a major form of family entertainment. Or his popularity has definitely dwindled since his heyday in the 1980s. Dwindled there means went down, you know, goes down. Less popular now. So that's heyday. Now let's look at the last word for this week, which is harrowing. 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 This is a great adjective, and it's really used to describe, what should I say? It's quite specific. It's used to describe something that is extremely upsetting because it is connected with suffering or with pain. So really something reminds you of a bad experience that you've had. So as a result, it can be really, really difficult for you. You know, it can be really, really upsetting for you. So this particular situation or event might trigger or start some bad memories for you, you know, or maybe even a current experience that you're having is really difficult to deal with because of memories, because of past experiences, or simply it could be now, this new experience that you're having at the moment could be harrowing because it's extremely worrying and upsetting and frightening, and you're very, very emotional because of that. So that's harrowing. I hope that explains it well enough. If not, and you're not sure, please ask in the comments below and I'll help you in writing. So an example might be, this book tells the harrowing story of surviving a shark attack. Oh, so harrowing. Oh, I would be terrified. Or she asked that everyone respects her need for privacy during this harrowing time. Or the train crash was a harrowing experience for all that were involved, and it's definitely something that they will never forget. So there you go. There are 5 words for this week that I've chosen for you. They are hype, hypocritical, haven, heyday, and harrowing. I really hope that you enjoy using them and learning them and becoming familiar with them. I've chosen these words because I thought that they were a little bit different. You know, they're not the type of word that you would come across every day. I really want you to be introduced to words that are new and impressive and that you get excited about using, or when you hear them that you get excited, oh, I understand. So I do hope that these 5 words give you that positive experience, that positive feeling. Please do practice this week. You know, you can watch this video again as often as you want and revise. Please use the sentences yourself in your own sentences. You know, practice speaking them out loud. Write them on your hand or on a post-it note to remind yourself to use them. You could even just focus on one word every day. It's completely up to you. But practice is the key here, okay? Don't just watch the video once and forget about it. Take the next step, you know. Go to my Facebook group, the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher, and download the worksheet for this week for episode 16. And there you will find a summary of all the words, all the definitions, all the example sentences, and room for you to write your own notes and your own sentences. So please do that. That is step number 1 in learning these words. Step number 2 is then actually forcing yourself to use them. So please do that this week. I'm really excited to see the sentences that you come up with. Feel free to share them with me if you'd like some feedback. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Enjoy using hype, hypocritical, haven, heyday, and harrowing. Thanks so much for listening, and yeah, have a great week, everyone. Bye.